Good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon.
Okay. So, what were we talking about?
Overt and covert behavior.
Overt and covert behaviors. We were explaining our formal definition of psychology, isn't it? We discussed about the mental processes, then experiences, and finally we finished with behavior. And I told you we have something more to discuss about behavior. Um, do you think behavior is always a reaction and a response to something?
Yes.
Yes. And what do you call that particular something or thing that causes the behavior?
Reaction.
No, our behavior is the reaction or the response. I'm asking about the causal factor.
Stimulus.
Hmm?
Stimulus.
Stimulus. Any other terms?
Ma'am, what about provocation?
Provocation. Okay. I was looking for the word stimulus. I'm asking, is there any other word that you're familiar with?
And there's action.
Action and reaction. Okay. Then that's all right. Okay. So if whom will I ask? Abhiram. If some random person comes and slaps on your face, what will you do?
Slap him back.
Huh?
Fight him back.
Slap him back.
Like, does he slap me for no reason or
It's not clear.
does he slap me for no reason or
Some random person, you don't know who the person is. Some random stranger.
then I'll fight back.
You'll fight back. Okay. What if it's your best friend?
I won't.
You won't.
I
What
won't.
if
I'll ask him why. I'll ask him why.
you'll ask him why? So a question will be your response or reaction.
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you do this? Okay.
Because the first person you told was a stranger. I don't even know who he is. Plus, the second person was my best friend,
Ah,
and I know him,
okay.
and I know him, so I asked him why.
What if the sorry to ask, but what if the stranger is slapping you for a valid reason?
I'll ask him why did he slap me after I beat him off.
After you beat. Okay, priorities. You never know. Sanam, will you react in the same way as Abram?
No, ma'am.
No. Then
If a stranger slaps, I'll ask, and if he has no valid point, I'll slap him back.
okay. And what about the best friend?
Same only. I will ask why. There has to be a reason. So
There has to be a reason. Okay, fine. Again, different perspectives. Girls, anyone who didn't speak yet? Sanjana,
Yes, ma'am.
what would you do if you're in
Ma'am, it
Abhiram?
depends on my mood.
Depends on your mood. Right now, if this happens, what will you do?
I will ask why.
You'll ask why in both the situations.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Okay, so what was the stimulus here?
Slap.
The slap was the situation stimulus, isn't it? Yes, that was something that causes the behavior in the other person, whether it be Abhiram, Sanam, or Sanjana, whoever. So slap is the stimulus. And is a stimulus always a particular behavior? Slap is an action, so that is a form of overt behavior, isn't it? Yes? You guys agree
Yes.
upon that?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So do you think that a stimulus always has to be a behavior itself? If yes, why? If no, why?
Ma'am, I did not understand the question.
You didn't understand the question. Okay. I'm asking, we already discussed that a stimulus causes a particular behavior, a particular reaction or response. And in the situation that we discussed right now, the stimulus is the slap, which is again a behavior. So I'm asking you, all the time, can a behavior only cause another behavior, or can something else cause a particular behavior?
No, everything affects us in some way.
Okay, I'll reframe the question. What causes the behavior?
Anything that can alter our thought processes. So, for example, someone said something, we tend to take it in, we process it, and logically we'll try to, or maybe using our brain or subconsciously we'll try to act on it. So it's really everything
So
affects it.
anything can cause a behavior.
Yeah.
Okay, that is your point of view. Others? I'd like to hear from the others. Speak up. Gautam, you're in the wrong class. Since day one, he's coming to psychology class. Then, think, brainstorm.
I'm a behavior, like it can't only be like something immediate, right? Like if you're behaving a certain way without any stimulus, like you're just waking up and it's your routine, that's like just how you work. So it necessarily doesn't have to be caused due to a stimulus, right?
You are waking up.
Yeah, not waking up, like a person's morning routine, it's his behavior. He has done it for a couple of years, and that's just how he works in the morning. So that's no particular stimulus. It's just how he likes to operate early in the morning to be efficient.
Okay.
So in that case, it doesn't always have to be a stimulus. Like immediate behavior, like immediate actions or behaviors can be caused by a stimulus, but I don't think in a long term it always has to be on a stimulus. It might just be how a person.
So you're trying to tell me that that becomes a routine, that becomes habitual to the person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But the morning routine, that cannot be considered as one behavior. It's a set of recollection of behaviors. No. So
Yeah.
in that, if we pick up each element, then we can see some or the other stimulus. Suppose your mom cooks food in the morning and you take food. Your mom serves it for you. That is one form of behavior. Then the food is there in front of you. You're feeling hungry, or you're craving for that food, or you might hate that particular food if it is not from your favorite list. And yeah, it happens. So there can be a stimulus, and as you said, in rare cases, there might be generalized behaviors, because over the years we have practiced so much and behaviors might have become habitual. We have become used to those behaviors. So that might also occur. So if you have the textbook, please take page number 3. How many of you have it? Okay. Emmeline, can you just read starting from that topic, behaviors, that bolded letters?
Behaviors are response or reactions we make or activity we engaged in. When something is heard to you, your eyes brings in a simple relaxation. You
Reflexation.
are you are talking and
Take it,
examination
take it.
and
Taking an
You are
exam.
taking an examination and can feel your heart pounding.
Heart pounding. Heart.
You decide to come for a particular movie with a friend.
Hmm.
Behavior may be simple or complex, short or enduring. Some behaviors are overt, and
They can be
they can be outwardly seen or sensed by an observer. Some are internal or
covert.
covert.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you. Yes. So there are more points regarding behaviors. It can be simple or complex. For example, mm, yeah, you are blinking your eye. As simple as that. It's a very simple behavior, isn't it? Hmm? What about a major dance performance for a competition? It is a set of behaviors, isn't it? You have to maintain the posture, you have to follow the rhythm of the music, then you have to maintain your facial expressions, then you have to group certain steps together in order to form other steps. Then you have formations in between the dance. All these factors make up that particular behavior a complex one. A dance performance a complex one. So simple behaviors are there as well as complex behaviors are also there. And short and enduring. Two types of behaviors again, short behaviors, enduring behaviors, or long lasting behaviors. Enduring means long lasting. Can you give me an example for both?
Can you repeat?
I'm asking the examples for short behaviors and enduring behaviors, which means behaviors which are performed or acted upon for a very short period of time and a very long period of time.
I'm getting nervous.
Getting nervous?
Shocked.
Ma'am,
Again, that's a generalized one.
ma'am, for example, someone said something at you at like right now, and how you act right now is like the short one. And maybe he said something maybe like a couple of weeks ago, and you kept that in mind, and the feeling and the development of the feeling can make you act in a different way. So that behavior thing,
It's long lasting.
long lasting. Yeah.
Past experience.
Past experience is a
Long
behavior.
lasting. No, it makes a behavior like if we do something and it became wrong and we get scolded or something and it will become our behavior.
You are not.
Avoid that.
Your voice is not clear, my dear. Please speak louder. And why are the videos being switched off? Please switch it on, Malavika. Abhijit, which Abhijit is this? Abhijit has opted for psychology.
Yes, ma'am, I am psychology.
Who are you? I don't know. Please show me the face. Hello. I didn't even notice you in the class. My bad.
Sorry, ma'am.
Yes. Tell me something about you. Pausing the discussion for a minute, please. Yes. Abhijit. Which batch are you in?
Ma'am, humanities, psychology.
Humanities psychology. Okay. And tell me something about you. You are an old student, right? You were here
No,
already?
I'm old student.
Oh. No, I'm old student. Okay, then. Tell us something about you.
I'm nothing special about me.
This is the usual slogan in the class. Nothing special about me. Where is Alina Jason absent today? Yeah. What are your likes and dislikes?
I like to draw things.
Cartoons,
By,
sketches?
yes, ma'am, looking in mobile.
You look and draw or you draw from your imagination?
No, ma'am, look and draw.
Look and draw. Okay. And what is the thing that you hate the most?
nothing like that.
Hey, there'll be something. At least some food items.
Dosha, ma'am.
Dosha, you hate dosha?
I don't like it that much.
You don't like it that much. I'm in your team. Okay. Yes. Are you able to follow the class?
Yes, ma'am, I am able.
Yes. Okay. Please keep your video switched on. And
Okay,
what
ma'am.
happened to Amar?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. I'm asking about your video.
Ma'am, give me 5 minutes. I'll turn it back on.
Oh, I should have asked this much earlier, no?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes. All right. So what were we discussing about?
Short-term and long-term behavior.
Examples for short-term and long-term behavior. Come down to very simple examples.
Ma'am, for short-term behavior, I would say getting surprised by someone.
The reaction that you give for a surprise birthday party or something like that. Okay. Yes, that can be considered. And one for the enduring one, long-lasting.
Bottled up feelings like anger.
Anger. But you have to, if you're reacting in an angry manner, in a very, with full of aggressiveness for a particular period of time, then that can be considered as long-lasting behavior. Okay. Can you understand the difference? For short-term ones, the behavior lasts only for a very short period of time, maybe a few seconds, like blinking of our eyes. That's again short-term. Long-term, again, when we discuss about the dance example, right? Dance performance. That's long-lasting. We can't dance for 2 seconds, right? I mean, one step can be, but for a dance competition, obviously for at least for 1 minute we have to do it. Yes, so that is long lasting. Are you able to identify the difference between the two?
Ma'am, but blinking our eyes, isn't that a habit? How is that a behavior?
Isn't that a
habit?
But anything that can be observed, or any activity that we do, any activity that we engage in, that is called a behavior. That is a definition of a behavior. So obviously blinking of an eye is an act that we are engaging in. So that is the behavior. Okay. Fine. So we have almost completed that portion. What is psychology? And what is psychology?
Psychology is
Study of human behavior.
Study of human behavior. There is the
Psychology is formally defined as a science that studies mental processes, experience and behavior.
Experiences and behaviors. The human behavior and the soul and mind, everything is dead now. You all are budding psychologists now. Okay, speak from that perspective. Fine. These mere definitions like it's a study of mind, it's a study of behavior, it studies that, it studies this, all that is for laypersons now. Okay, we are learning new things and use that in your daily life. Use those words and terms and definitions and all. Okay.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, feelings belongs to mental process or behavior.
That is a very controversial topic actually. I told you these three things are interrelated to each other. Yeah, feelings, that has a behavioral part, isn't it? We act on our feelings. So then that becomes a behavior. Then when we have a feeling, we engage in certain thought processes. That becomes the mental process. And when we are having a feeling, that is our experience also. Haven't you heard people say, even you might have said, I have said, so obviously you would have said, only I know how I feel. Only I can experience how I feel. You cannot understand what I'm feeling right now. How much ever you try, how much ever you tell me that you understand me, only I can understand my situation. See how many of you are laughing? You can relate to it, isn't it? Yeah. So that is a very controversial thing because the feeling part or the emotional part that has so many domains, to be frank. We have a chapter, the whole chapter on emotion and motivation. When we study that, you'll understand more. Okay, Emilyn? Where is
Okay,
Emilyn?
ma'am.
Is that a satisfying answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So, shall we start with the next topic?
Yes,
We have
ma'am.
covered the portion what is psychology. In that we saw the origin of the term. Psyche means
Soul.
soul and logos means
Study of.
Amal Roshan, logos means
Study of psychology.
study of psychology. What did we write? Logos means? Look at the lecture note.
Study of
Science or study of
subject.
subject. Very good. Science or study of subject. Then we learned the formal definition. Then we saw that part by part with mental processes, experiences, and behaviors. Okay, clear? Now, next portion. We had a discussion on this topic whether psychology is a natural science or psychology is a social science. So the people who were present on the first day, I think first and the second day, we discussed about it. I'd like to bring up the discussion once again. Tell me, do you think psychology is a social science or do you think it is a natural science like biology, physics, chemistry and all? Omar, I think 5 minutes are
Social
all.
science.
Just a minute. Omar, 5 minutes are already over. Switch on the video. Kevin.
Ma'am, it's a social science.
It is a social science. Why?
Because it has a part in it takes place maybe in our surroundings, and we're trying to understand other people, and it's a lot of aspects where it's just not about what is happening inside our own body.
Okay. Now, can I tell you something? I did a course named Bachelor of Science in Psychology and Master of Science in Psychology. So, how come that is a science?
Ma'am, it's both.
Eva says it's both. Okay. Kevin, I'm not telling that you're wrong. Think from whatever points we are getting from the class. Okay. Yes, Abdul?
It's social science.
It is social science. So you're with Kevin. Okay. How many of you think that it is only natural science? Okay. Only social science. This reminds me of the first day again. How many of you think that it is both?
I am saying both.
Amar Roshan says it's both. Okay. Okay. How many of you are lacking an opinion in this? Okay. None of the above, isn't it? None of the above or all of the above? That's the thing. All right. So basically, I mean, according to my opinion and according to our textbook, psychology is a hybrid science actually. It's a mix of both. It's when we look at from one perspective, it is completely social science. But when we look at from some other perspective, it is a natural science. What is special about natural science like physics and all? Why is it considered as science?
Strictly based on facts.
Strictly based on facts. How can you call something a fact?
If it's been proven by
Natural.
multiple theories and experiments.
Theories and experiments. Okay, Abdul, what were you telling?
It's natural phenomenon. So
Natural phenomena. Then are these girls generally silent in class? The hostel people I know. The rest of them? Talk something. I'm not going to judge you based on anything. You're free to talk anything here. But please remember that it is a recorded class, so no, no going off limit. Still. Come on. For people who said all of the above, tell me why you think so. Pin drop silence. Unmute and speak something, my dear children. Amal Roshan, would you like to tell me something? You told me it's both, no? It's a social science as well as a natural science. No. Okay. In physics, chemistry, and biology, do we measure things based on some units or something like that? Can we measure things?
Yes.
Yes. Can we do that in psychology?
I don't know.
I think it is not.
Huh? I didn't hear you. Amal. What happened? What did you say? What did you say? Unmute, unmute.
I think it is not.
Now you think it's not science. Yes, in psychology, can we measure something?
No.
No. Who said no? Sanam said no. Okay. Yes. Do you, no, I'll change the question. Do you think you can measure something in psychology? If yes, raise your hand. I won't ask why.
no, ma'am.
Who told no? Kevin. Kevin said no. Omar thinks that you can measure or you can't measure?
Can measure.
Can. What can you measure?
You said you wouldn't ask why.
I didn't ask why. I asked what can you measure? That's it.
Ah.
All right. Have you heard of IQ? Have you heard of IQ?
Intelligent quotient.
Intelligence
yes, ma'am.
quotient. And what is being measured using the measurement IQ?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. And is intelligence a psychological attribute?
Yes.
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 So can we measure something in psychology?
Yes.
Yes.
So is that a natural science?
Both.
Is that a natural science? The social
Yes.
keeping apart.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. See, you are teaching me now. I told you you know everything. It's just that people are not asking you the correct question so that you cannot find the correct answer. Okay, so psychology as such is a hybrid science. Hybrid, what is hybrid? Hybridization. Come on, my tuition people. Hybridization.
A mix of both.
A mix of both. Yeah. So we have characteristics of, not we, the psychology has characteristics of both natural science as well as social science. Social science because, as Kevin said, it deals with people, society, the things, social group formation, blah, 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 all those stuff. And in natural science, we can measure, we can do experiments, we can use scientific method to find out something. We can research in psychology. Okay, so that makes it a natural science. And one general information, please write down 1879. That's a golden year in the field of psychology. 1879, 1879. 1879. Chris Joe is from this class. Okay, write down 1879, 1879. Chris Joe, this is psychology class. Any idea what happened in 1879? Just make a wild guess. It's related to something that we discussed right now.
Considered as a subject to study.
Psychology was considered as a subject of study.
Yeah.
No.
Or considered as science.
First IQ test is done.
First IQ test, no.
First
You are
lab.
coming closer. Ah, you read the textbook. Yes. First laboratory was established in University of Leipzig in Germany. First laboratory of psychology was established in 1879. From then on,
University of
Leipzig, Leipzig, Leipzig. Until we finish the course or until you stop learning psychology, you have to remember this thing. Okay, this is very important. That's why. University of Leipzig, Germany. First psychology laboratory was established. 1879. Okay.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Do we have practicals in psychology in class 12?
Yes, we do. Why are you concerned about class 12 and not class 11? Huh? Ask me about class 11 also, because we have it here also. We have it in class 11 and 12. But last year again, practical portion was deleted. But still we did a few online tests, and then we got time to learn the basics, formats, how to write all those records and all. It's pretty much like our other science subjects. And if you, no, I'm not breaking the suspense. You will learn it. Yeah. Shall we begin that topic then? Psychology as a discipline. I'll share the screen. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Psychology as a discipline. It studies behavior, experience, mental processes, all that we have already dealt with. It seeks to understand and explain how the mind works and how different mental processes result in different behaviors. That's why I told you these three things are interrelated to each other. We already discussed that. The mental processes, they can influence the other two. Behavior can influence the other two, and experience can also influence the other two. When we observe others, our own point of view or ways of understanding the world influence our interpretations of their behaviors and experiences. Isn't that true? When we try to observe others, when we try to make scientific observation also, we tend to be influenced by so many factors. Suppose One person, no, we'll consider in the classroom setting. And one day I was taking class and you guys are sitting in the class. One of you came late to the class. So you're observing that behavior of the person, isn't it? You can see it. And obviously I'm also observing it. So what judgment can you make? Why is the person late? We'll think from different perspectives. What might be the reasons that the person has come late to the class?
Connectivity issue.
Okay, I'm talking
He
about
don't
the
like,
real life
Woke up
setting.
late.
he don't like the class.
Okay, I'm talking about the real life setting, not the online class. Then only you can really observe the person's behavior, no? Yeah. Tell me from that perspective.
Traffic.
Woke up late, not
Miss,
interested to come.
miss the bus.
Health issues.
Health issues, yes.
Something happened on the way.
Something happened on the way. Accident or
Missed the
the...
bus.
Miss the bus, yes, it happens. Then...
Bus broke down.
Then...
He had to help someone old crossing the road.
Yes. Too filmy and dramatic. Still, yes, that might happen.
Laziness.
Laziness, yes.
Hungry.
Huh?
Hungry.
Hungry. Got hungry in the midway? Okay. And stopped for having food. Okay.
He
Are you
must have
talking
woken
from your
up
experience, Sanjana?
early, but still his time management was bad.
Time management was bad.
Or maybe he got lost.
He got lost on the way. Okay. Then?
Economical problem, like we don't have like bus or transport.
Okay. Then?
Maybe he was coming, then he forgot something at home, so he had to go back.
Then? Rose, talk something.
You got other work to do.
He had some other business to mind. Okay. Then? Abhinav?
I'm thinking.
Huh? Pinky?
No, ma'am, I am thinking. When I get a point, other person will say related.
Okay, fine. And then nobody speak. He's thinking and he'll tell us a point. Now nobody is going to copy your point. Tell us. We are waiting.
He got kidnapped. He got kidnapped.
Okay.
Ma'am,
the
due
road.
to rainy day. Due to raining.
Due to raining. Okay.
Maybe he just wanted to delete. Maybe he didn't want to come.
Yeah, he didn't want to come. Simple. Then.
He waited for a friend.
He waited for a friend, but the poor friend did not come also.
Yes, ma'am.
And this guy had to get the scolding from the teacher. Then.
His mother.
Meryl.
He had to do the work.
You have to. No inhibitions in the class. I already told you in the beginning.
Ma'am, sometimes he had any formal functions to attend. So,
Formal function in the sense cousin's marriage or something?
sometimes.
That is a formal function, very formal function.
No.
Then, Basari. Basari. Cannot hear me?
And traffic block.
Traffic block. Okay. Anything else?
Maybe he was working.
Maybe?
He was working.
He was working. Part-time job.
Yes, ma'am. Or maybe he didn't do his homework.
Okay. Then
Ma'am, maybe he got a phone call and it was a bad news, so it was mentally exhausting for him to make a decision. So it took time.
he got a phone call. Phone call.
Yeah, and it was a bad news about something, so it was mentally exhausting for him to make a decision over whether to come.
All right. Yes. Then
Some of his relative died.
okay. Then
Ma'am, maybe his pet made a mess in his house.
okay. Maybe his house got on fire. Maybe he got he he was attacked by a thief. Now all the weird examples will come. Always, you will think of now some dramatic examples, and then all the points will come out. No problem. The examples are going right away from Mollywood to Bollywood, then the Hollywood, all the fights and everything. Anyways, so coming back to the point where we started discussing about this example, and the moment I ask you, or the moment I introduce the situation to you, just imagine you all are there in that situation. In that particular second or that particular minute, will you think of all these possibilities? Would you be able to think of all these possibilities?
No.
No. Based on our past experiences with that person, based on our past experiences with such similar situations, we judge that person, isn't it? Suppose the teacher will tell this boy is all the time late to the class, or this guy is like this, no need to mind. Or what happened if he usually comes early to the class? Then the teacher or the students will say, what happened to him today? It's surprising that this guy is late. Yes, we'll think of other possibilities then. So our past experiences are mental processes. Suppose if we are very angry at that person, then we'll think of all the negatives in the world about that person, isn't it? Yes? So that's the point. That's the point on the screen that you see. When we observe others, our own point of view or ways of understanding the world influence our interpretations of other behavior and experiences. Okay. This line is the only reason why we talk so much. Then, next slide. This we already saw. Just read the caption. It's very catchy. Just because you're right doesn't mean I am wrong. You just haven't seen life from my side. Yes? Don't you agree? When we see two people arguing, it might be because both of them are right, or maybe both of them are wrong. The problem might be in understanding each other. Like this person cannot understand that perspective, that person cannot understand this perspective. That might be the problem. Especially when you see the cases regarding family problems. Like for couple therapy and all, these are the main problems that they produce or they communicate to us. This person is like that, and the other person, when we take individual therapy for the other person, the same complaints in the opposite way. Okay, it happens. Yeah. So as psychologists or students who learn psychology, you have to take the perspective from both the sides. And if there are any other sides possible, from those perspectives too. Got it? Okay. Next slide. Psychologists try to minimize such biases, like the ones we saw in the earlier picture. Biases means errors. You know that, right? Yeah. In the explanations of behavior and experience in various ways. Which are the ways you think they minimize the biases? Which are the ways through which we can minimize bias
By
or
analyzing
errors?
both situations.
Huh?
By analyzing both situations.
Yes. By thinking or viewing the situation from different perspectives. That can be one thing. Then,
Envying someone. Like some people do, like if someone has an achievement they like got, they're gonna be like, why did they get it? So that you start to judge them, or like you have a negative behavior to them.
I didn't understand. I'm asking you, how can we reduce the bias? How can we reduce the errors that we make in our judgments? One point is thinking from different perspectives. Can we try
Can
to
we
be...
say like try not to be jealous?
Okay. And think from the psychologist's perspective, not the layperson.
Understand
When we
the
observe
situation
something.
too.
Huh?
Understanding the situation too, not just the
Okay.
viewpoints.
Yeah, understanding the situation. Then, can we try to be more objective?
Yeah, we should look at it from a scientific point of, not scientific, but don't let feelings get in the way.
Yes. Don't let our emotions and feelings make the judgment. That can be one thing.
So thinking
Then,
rationally.
thinking rationally, yes, correct. See the logical factors that are present. And logical reasoning. Yes.
Emotional reasoning also, like try to understand how they're feeling.
Yeah, that is empathy, what we call empathy. To think from that person's perspective, to be in somebody else's shoes. We call it to be in somebody else's shoes. That is empathy, feeling the same feelings as they are having and acting to help them in some other way. That is empathy. Yes, and generally, suppose I make an argument or I make a hypothesis that this is so. Every people that smoke has a very antisocial personality. I make such a judgment. It's because I have seen one or two people with antisocial personality who smoke. And do you think this is a fact? This is a valid statement that I make?
No.
No.
How do you know?
Because
Or
not
how will
everyone.
you find out if it is yes or no?
We can take multiple examples of a person who smokes and like analyze their behavior in public. And if our final inference shows that not all people who smoke have an antisocial behavior, then it obviously it's not true. Because a person who smokes necessarily doesn't have to be antisocial. Just because he smokes, that shouldn't be a driving reason for being antisocial.
Yes, correct. So we apply the scientific methods into our statement or our hypothesis. Whatever we are trying to find out, we use the scientific method. In science, if we have to find that out, we do experiments, isn't it? Just like that in psychology, we use research methods. And I think the next chapter is about the research methods. Methods of inquiry in psychology. When we learn that, you'll understand how much important research is in psychology.
Ma'am, what if we don't have the time to research stuff, like on the spot we have to react to them?
Like
he's like debating about all the people that are like antisocial, and like you don't have much info on them. So would it be okay like you talk to them and understand their opinions and try to understand them to see if it's
you are
valid or not?
telling like it's kind of interviewing somebody and understanding that person's perspective.
to see if they have an actual point.
Yes, and that is also
What is
one
the
method.
reason behind?
That is also one method of inquiry, one method of research in psychology, interview method. Okay. The research, I don't mean the big research that we do in 10,000s and thousands of population. Not the survey method alone I'm talking about. Okay, that's why I told you, when we learn that second chapter, you'll understand how simple research is and how complex research can get. Understood? So now, why did we talk all this? Why would we talk about all this? Perspectives. How can we reduce the errors? So we apply the scientific method. Same the other slide. See, some do so by making their analysis scientific and objective. That is one way through which we can reduce our errors and bias. Then others seek to explain behavior from the point of view of those experiencing persons because they think that selectivity is a necessary aspect of human experience. Oma, whatever you told comes under this category, no? The last point. Others seek to explain behavior from the point of view of those experiencing persons because they think that selectivity is a necessary aspect of human experience. These are just general topics. You just read up and finish off. Then, neuroscience and computer science borrow principles continuously from psychology. You understand how? Have you heard of MRI scanning, EEG, electroencephalograph? Yes? Okay. There are fast developing brain imaging techniques like MRI, EEG, etc., which make it possible to study brain processes in real time, that is when they are actually taking place. Which means it is now possible to study the psychological factors in a biological perspective. Then these neuroscience, then computer science, the advanced technologies, all those have dealt with so many psychological factors also. Like people doing research in computer science and neuroscience might inculcate the topics in psychology along with the topics in neuroscience and computer science, and then do research in scientific studies and all, and find out important things about it. And because of all these reasons, we are finally making the statement, psychology can be considered as a hybrid science. One word is missing there. Psychology is a hybrid science that draws its influence from both natural and social sciences. Okay, that is our conclusion, and we'll study more about it in the coming classes. Fine. Again, if you have any doubt, please feel free to contact me. Okay, bye then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.